Time is now 8:03 a.m. on Wednesday, August 26, 2026. I'm calling to order the special meeting of the Warwick School Committee. For the public's benefit, this meeting is not being live streamed, but it is being recorded. There's going to be two recordings, but the IT department is going to attempt to merge both of the files. That's because we're going to start our meeting in open session. Then we're going to go into executive session, which will not be recorded, and then we'll come back into open session, and that will be the second recording. So for those viewing at home or watching this video later on, that would be why the video might seem choppy at one point when we go into executive session. At this time, I would ask Ms. Tedeschi to please call the roll.
Mr. Galvin?
Here.
Ms. Hazelwood? Here. Ms. Kirby Chapman?
Aye.
Mr. Testa?
Here.
Mr. Wiggins?
Yep. Here.
5 present, we have a quorum. If we could all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Typically, after the Pledge of Allegiance, we have our guest lead us in harmony in the national anthem. So, Mr. Roger, would you like At this time, I'd be looking for a motion to go into closed session for discussion and/or action regarding those items of business exempt from open meetings under Rhode Island General Laws, RIGL 42-46-5A1, A2, A4, A8, and A9.
So moved.
Made by Ms. Hazelwood, seconded by Mr. Wiggins. All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 5-0. We're in executive session at 8:05.
There's a conference room right across the hall if you want a place to sit.
Executive session concluded at 8:10 a.m. Looking for a motion to seal the minutes of executive session. Made by Ms. Hazelwood, seconded by Mr. Wiggins. All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 5-0. There were no votes taken in executive session. We're on to the public comment portion of our meeting. This public comment period is for agenda items only. Individual comments will be respectfully limited to 3 minutes per person, with public comment not to exceed 45 minutes. Though the content of comments will not be restricted, it's the hope of this committee that citizens, committee members, and the administration alike will be respectful of each other's right to speak, tolerant of different points of view, and mindful of everyone's time. This public comment period is for agenda item only. The second public comment session is available later in the meeting for all of the topics or concerns. Members of the public are permitted to speak during both public comment periods. Speakers are asked to state their name for the record. Typically at our meetings, we would have a microphone, but if you wouldn't mind, I believe we have one member of the public, so if you'd like to say a few things, if you just wouldn't mind stepping closer to the table so the owl can pick up the audio and the video.
Not yet.
No, you're all set. Any other members of the public wishing to comment? Any other members of the public wishing to comment? Any other members of the public wishing to comment? Public comment session is now closed. We're on to new business. I'd be looking for a motion to move approval on discussion and action collaborative gas utility contract between Warwick School Committee and City of Warwick.
So moved.
Made by Mr. Testa, Ms. Hazelwood, seconded by Mr. Wiggins. Any discussions from members of the committee? I just want to thank Finance Director for the City of Warwick, Lynn Prodger, for coming here today and for answering the questions. It's great to see that there's a potential savings here of up to $64,000 for our residents. I like that we're working together collaboratively and leveraging the buying power now of all of our buildings. So this is kind of a no-brainer, and I'm happy that this was able to that we were able to buy some time to be able to call this meeting to order and still get those rates locked in. So those are my only comments.
Yes, and I thank Ms. Prodger and the city. I mean, it makes sense to combine all this, obviously. And I was talking to her before the meeting. I don't know where we are with electricity. So we may be in a contract already. So what I don't know is, and I'll just make it quick. I mean, it always makes sense to we're buying the same commodity, right? So if you can combine it, common sense says the more you're going out to market for, the better rate you're going to get. So, and this is up to you guys in the city. If we're in a contract now and the contract dates are very misaligned, I don't know how long you wait until we get them in alignment, or if there's a penalty to get out of a contract to see what that is. I think it doesn't hurt to look at it to see what's the cost of, at the same time looking at what benefit we could possibly get if we combined everything with the city, right? So, and this is all good financial sense. So
yeah, we do have a contract. I believe it expires November or December of this year. Our rate has expired. Our rate expired after 12 months. We entered into a 3-year contract. So it's floating right now and, we're trying to lock it in at the best price. So they're monitoring it right now. They'll be in touch with us when it, gets to a lower point so that we can lock it in, but we will be looking at that when it expires.
Okay, to group together with the city. Okay, excellent. That's all I have.
And our current contract looks like, it's expiring on January 1st, so this one will take effect on that date.
This one will, yes.
Yeah, on the gas, we're, based on what I saw in
Do we,
the documents.
Do we have to notify them in advance, the termination?
I believe that, this will all be, handled by, I think Rita Mora is handling the,
I'm under the impression it just expires and then your
Okay.
rate
And
will
it won't-
float to the market,
Okay,
but, it's energy is actually the supplier in the end. We're just using this nonprofit Power Options to kind of do the
Brokering.
brokering work.
Mhm.
They don't make any money, by the way, from us that I'm aware of. We don't pay them a penny, but, we could use them to do the electricity as well.
Mhm.
That's how I ended up with them through the League of Cities and Towns. We can work on that with electricity as well.
Yeah, so on the gas, we're about 65% of the total usage between city. And so I would expect something similar for electricity. Right, so it would make sense because the
Yeah.
city would benefit as would we, right? So it's a win-win, I think. So,
Great. All set, Mr. Testa?
yes, thank you.
Anything else from any other members of the committee? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Thank you, Ms. Brad. Next, we are on to discussion action approval for kindergarten teacher and teacher assistant in Hoxie Elementary. I'm looking for a motion to move approval on this item. Made by Mr. Wiggins, Mr. Testa, Ms. Hazelwood. Second, Ms. Gregory Chapman and I. Any discussion for members of the committee on this?
Glad this
It's
is
a-
occurring.
Gotta happen.
Any other comment? Mr. Wiggins, you had something coming out there? You,
I'm just glad that, this is something that's needed, and I think that once the community finds out that it's open, numbers are gonna continue to rise.
But if I may,
you may.
Mr. Dillon, are we, as we sit here today, are we expecting any additional, like in other schools? Because I'm looking at the numbers here and some of them are already full.
yeah, we
And
have
even-
11 of our 24 kindergarten classrooms are full, 22 or 21. Only one is at 21 of those
Yeah.
11. Numbers, it's, we have 400 and, just count them up, 92 kindergarten students, and we have 493 grade 1 students. That's kind of unusual to have that many kindergarten students. There are still registrations coming in. We just had 3 at Scott School in the last week or so in kindergarten, and that's got their wait list up to 7 now.
Okay.
We can't predict it, unfortunately. We have a lot of families that just now they start, oh, school's in session.
Yeah,
I got to
no,
register my kid.
yeah, I completely understand. So, and then, Ms. Diaz, can you just keep a running tally for us, just for the committee? Because these are not budgeted, obviously, right? And I'm not quibbling about that. But just so we would have a rough idea, how many positions have we added,
Mhm.
right? Because I'm sure there are some who will try to make hay with this. So we want to at least know all the facts and all the data that we have, and we can easily defend this.
Yes, I am actually keeping a list of all the, unbudgeted items that have been approved at the committee and will also be, on the monthly report that I provide. But I'll also have the detail behind it, available if
Yep.
should we be asked, yes.
Great, thank you.
Mr. Wiggins?
In addition, do you think there's any, outside of kindergarten? There's a lot of red. I think, as we go into some, we're talking about Hoxie already right now. They're kind of right across the board with 3rd and 4th. Holloman's right across the board. Saw a huge spike from 2 weeks ago at Oakland Beach, gigantic spike. So,
Hoxie has 1 grade 3 student waitlisted. And Holloman has 2 grade 3 students waitlisted. The parents are okay at the moment as far as where their child was going. Haven't had any tough feedback on that, but yeah, the numbers are, Holloman's got grade 3 is 26 and 26, grade 4 is 25 and 26, and grade 5 is 25, 24 and 26. And Hoxie's grade 3, 25, 25, grade 4, 23, 26, so a little bit of wiggle room there. Definitely super tight, but that's, it's at least the waitlist kids are on the low side.
I'm looking at Sherman. All 3 kindergartens are full. Where are the children going that,
Opening up the Hoxie will relieve 7 of those, kiddos. So 7 of Hoxie's kids had gone to Sherman, so that will relieve those numbers. a
oh,
bit.
that's great. Thank you. Yeah.
Any other members of the committee wishing to comment? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries 5-0. If my colleagues have no issues with it, would you guys like to take items 3 and 4 together as one vote? They're the 2 personnel contracts that were discussed in exec. Okay, at this time, I'd be looking for a motion to move approval on items 3 and 4. It's a contract for elementary principal at Wyman Elementary and contract for elementary principal at Oakland Beach Elementary.
So moved.
Second, it's made by Mr. Testa, Ms. Hazelwood, seconded by Mr. Wiggins. All those in favor all those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 5-0. I thought we were gonna comment on it, but it was an exec item, so sorry. Okay. We're now on to the second public comment section of our agenda. Individual comments will be respectfully limited to 3 minutes per person, with public comment not to exceed 45 minutes. Though the content of comments will not be restricted, it is the hope of this committee that citizens, committee members, and the administration alike will be respectful of each other's right to speak, tolerant of different points of view, and mindful of everyone's time. This public comment period is for general comments or concerns. Speakers are asked to state their name for the record.
Mary Townsend, special ed teacher assistant. Specifically came because of the Hoxie kindergarten, and I knew you would approve it. It wasn't a question, I know, but I wanted to make the point, it's on a recording, so be it, that people need to stop talking about this district's declining enrollment. If people start to look at the numbers of our young people coming in, they're going to see that we need these programs and we need these schools. House them, and we can't cram, tons of people. And even in redistricting, I know that the committee will explore that option. Buildings are full. Space, there is no space in any building. So even in consolidation, what are you gonna do? Take away the art rooms again or the music rooms again? Like, I feel strongly that, we have enough students in this district to continue with the schools we have. And maybe redistricting for numbers, but not for closing buildings. So thank you, and thanks for your approval of the program, and we would.
Thank you, Ms. Townsend. Are there any other members of the public wishing to comment? Any other members of the public wishing to comment? Seeing none, we are on to the docketing session of our meeting. This portion of the meeting is for school committee members to request items to be docketed for future agendas or for items to be assigned to subcommittees by the school committee chair. No action will be taken on any requests made, and any item raised will be appropriately noticed for consideration on a future agenda. I'll work our way this way. Ms. Hazelwood, anything you'd like to docket for the next meeting?
Over to docket. We're looking at, Mr. McCaffrey's contract.
Okay, discussion action, evaluation of superintendent's contract. That would be executive session, Attorney Hughes?
Yeah, I think there's gonna be a discussion regarding job performance, I guess.
Okay,
Executive and open, if there's gonna be an open, if there's gonna be an action.
okay. Anything else you'd like to ask?
No.
Okay.
No.
Mr. Wiggins, Mr. Test.
Nothing. That's
And I
not-
have nothing. Future meetings of the school committee policy subcommittee meeting Tuesday, September 29th, 2026, 4:30 PM. Building committee meeting Wednesday, October 7th, 2026 at 7:30 AM. Monthly school committee meeting. The next one is held on Tuesday, October 13th, 2026 at 5:30 PM. The next health and wellness and fiscal subcommittee meetings are still to be determined. At this time, there's no other matters of business before this body. I'd be looking for a motion to move adjournment.
So moved.
Made by Mr. Testa, did you say? Seconded by Ms. Hazelwood and Mr. Wiggins. All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 5-0. We are adjourned at 8:23 AM.